This game literally has the worst competitive experience I've ever had in a game. I'm going to stop you right there. I can name 5 games off the top of my head that have considerably worse competitive experiences. League of Legends, Apex Legends, Valorant, I would say Overwatch now. I would even argue Rainbow Six Siege has a pretty terrible competitive experience. A lot of those games suffer from, more toxic communities in my mind. I think with League of Legends specifically, the fact that in that game you can have someone purposefully in and ruin the game completely, that can happen in every other game I talked about. But the fact that it's harder to come back from that and it's harder to carry, like if somebody decides in League of Legends, I'm going to throw the game, they can put your team in such a hole that it's impossible to climb out of. In Valorant, if you have one person like purposely throwing or maybe playing bad on purpose, you can still have those moments where either yourself or another teammate just locks in and drops like a 30 or 40 bomb. Much more difficult in League of Legends. Obviously, the same thing can happen, what I talked about with Valorant, with stuff like Rainbow Six and even Apex Legends. I think that competitive experience, I'll talk like the ranked experience, can be really tough because of the matchmaking and how many issues they have with matchmaking. But I would argue right now, Rivals, for the most part, is a pretty solid competitive experience. I think they've got it down to where like you do feel rewarded when you play well. Obviously, you can have those games where, people will troll or people will pick stuff that are unconventional or they'll just like play really badly. So I think the competitive experience is pretty solid. I actually think the community is pretty good right now. How it will happen as the game goes on is a different story. Arguably, the game is only 2 months old, where you look at like League of Legends, all these other games, they've had tons of time to develop. But I think the competitive experience, I think there are a lot worse competitive experiences right now based off of my experience with the games I talked about.